Nepal. Who do we want to go with on this map? I feel like the performance from Zeruhh was particularly impressive because I think he overperformed compared to what I've seen from him in the past, right? He's known for the Genji gameplay, and usually like when he's not playing Genji, he's at a disadvantage, but in this dive mirror, super impressive stuff. So we're going to take a look at it. I do actually like focusing on a specific POV because I feel like it tells us a little more about how a player specifically plays, what a team's goals might be. When you get to focus on just one person, you get to see the challenges and everything. Zeruh's pulse rate also really, really, really good. So let's take a look here. So we're going to start out. In Nightmare, they are running this Mauga composition. They have the Juno Lucio, Ashe Tracer. It's an interesting composition. I don't exactly like it here. And then, you know, Space Station, they've got this Ana Lucio Winston. The Ana Lucio usually comes out when you expect kind of a brawl composition. Ana Brig might be a little better if you're in the dive mirror. Like, Ana Lucio's still okay, though. Like, you can still play it, but Ana Brig's better. I believe Nightmare do swap off of this because they realize, oh, like, we're kind of losing this matchup here, but they start out pretty strong. You see, like, yeah, in the neutral, though, the Mauga comp really can kind of roll. So it's going to be a ton of pressure off the bat. If you're a dive comp, if you're SSG, and you see this, the Mauga come out, the first thing I'd recommend is you run for your life at the start of fight. Your goal is to take angles. Your win condition, you know, you take angles, you kind of poke the Mauga out and everything, but at the very start of the fight, they're going to have like the cardiac and they're going to have a lot with the Mauga. So it's going to be really hard to fight it head on, like in the first 10 seconds. So you have to run. You have to run. They're going to use their first bubble, their first CD cycle. And now it's just kite, run for your life. Whoa, the Juno orbs there actually from Ultraviolet. Look at that. That was crazy. Oh, Kuffa went too far. Kuffa dies. All right, Zeruhh on the left. So now it's like Tracer Lucio angle. And that's the thing. Like, you're going to split more. You're going to split a lot more. You don't need the Lucio, like, pocketing the Ana. Instead, you want the Lucio taking angles, doing things like that. That's why Ana Lucio is better against Brawl comps. Because against Brawl comps, you don't need someone, like, sitting on top of your Ana all the time. Your Ana doesn't need a babysitter. And, you know, you can trust Ana to 1v1 Zeruhh for at least long enough to get help. So instead, you're going to have, like, the Lucio who can kind of dynamically switch between maybe helping the Ana, helping CJ, but also kind of, like, flanking and doing things. And then Zeruhh is going to have to, like, deal with this and look for these angles. The Tracer is a nice aspect to have in Brawl compositions because, you know, you're able to use the Tracer to mark the opposing dive, right? You're going to have Sugar Free taking angles and Bliss taking angles. Your goal as Zeruhh is going to be to mark this and try and reduce the value that these two get. That's your goal. 100% your goal. Okay, Zeruhh backing away a little bit. And you're going to see Admiral with him. Tracer Lucio duel. Really needs to fight this. And you want to try and pressure Sugar Free as much as possible. It's not even about killing Sugar Free. It's about making him get out of there. Nice. Nice. Distract him. Distract him. Pull the attention. Ooh, okay. Get out there. Oh, Admiral's taken down. Okay, so Admiral falls and then kind of everyone gets cleared shortly afterwards. For retake, it might be a bit harder for Nightmare. It's kind of hard in both senses though with the Mauga comp. I feel like for that neutral, for that very first fight, you do have an advantage, but after that, especially when Space Stations start getting their ults and have Primal and things like that to live, it gets harder and harder to just like play this Mauga. Lethal's going to be under so much pressure on the Ashe. Lethal, he's going to have a rough time here. Okay, so yeah, forcing point, that's the first thing we're going to do. You want to try and draw Sugar Free or Bliss back to the point. That makes sense. That's fine. Tracer, you're going to do this a lot. Okay, we get Bliss back here. That's good. That's gonna be the trigger for Kuffa to push up for Nightmare. Okay, both the Tracer and Lucio pull back, actually. Ooh, we have to run. We have to run. Ooh! Okay. But here's the thing. Kuffa does run down CJ. Kuffa does get CJ. So there is some value out of that play from Zeruhh, even if he dies. So Nightmare actually trading out here. Zeruhh gets himself singled out, but in return, he does draw the attention of two people. Just long enough to try and really win that fight. Okay. Playing it slow, playing it patient. Left side. He knows, like, most of the time when the Tracer's going to make their way in, it's going to be through this left side, this enclosed lane. So he's looking for that. Yep. You kind of know that that's the spot you need to mark on Tracer. Cage. Ooh, I think that missed Kellen, who was like the original target. Zeruhh, recall forced. I think you just chill now. You just chill, play with team. Yeah, play in the orbital. Kaffa able to run down CJ again. The main thing that Nightmare were doing here with the Malga is you're just trying to like run down CJ. You're gonna have Kaffa do that while, again, like Zeruhh is just perma-marking. You notice that this entire game so far, Zeruhh basically hasn't like gone after CJ at all, right? It's more of Kaffa doing that. Zeruhh has just been perma-dueling sugar-free. Wow, risky play directly in too. That could have paid off, but very close. Hits Zeruhh at an awkward time. Now going after CJ. CJ is in range. You're just not getting that kill though. This fight, CJ has nano. Nightmare have nothing. I mean, they're just gonna try and run down CJ before he can get infected nano off. Doesn't have double nano yet, so he shouldn't be able to protect himself like that. Once CJ has double nano, it does change a little bit. The dynamic does change, because the Ana can kind of stay alive for herself, but does not apply here. Force point again to start. It's fine. Draw attention. Yep, here comes Sugar Free, right on time. Ooh, forcing the recall and forcing point. Nice. Great play. And we're gonna get mini. Nice. Really good. Now the Tracer and Lucio are below. Now Nightmare can take a 4v3 up on the high ground. I think the mistake that SSG are making is they're straight up sending both Bliss and Sugar Free just to mark Zeruhh, who's forcing point. It should just be Sugar Free. They're sending too many. They should send an equivalent amount, because if they send too many, it becomes a 4v3. It becomes these 4 up on high ground versus these 3 on high ground. And who's going to have the advantage there, right? That also makes it easier to run down Seeker and CJ, which is exactly what Nightmare want. Zeruhh recall, back away. He got the value needed. Kaffa dies, unfortunately, though. Kind of gets poked out, I think. Zeruhh, you're playing a dangerous game here. Just trying to play the evade game. Wow, okay. It's a good try, though. And I like the force point play. I like what Zeruh's doing there. I think it's good macro. He's taking these 1v2s pretty effectively. He's drawing enough attention. He's surviving long enough. If he were dying instantly, it'd be another story. Our next round is gonna be... Okay, Shrine. Yeah, this is a good dive map, for sure. Both teams, they're mirroring this Ana Lucio. I like that, to be able to rotate around. I feel like the Ana can play pretty far away. It makes sense. It makes sense. You could play Ana Brig here as well, but Ana Lucio is fine. Ana Lucio, more aggressive, for sure. Okay, Zeruh's gonna play left side to start. This time, focusing the backline more. Oh, Kaffa fed. Kaffa does this a lot, first fight on the Winston. Happens a good bit. Setting up for the backline hit. Good damage onto the Soj. Ooh, really locked in on the Soj, but that's fine. You get the nade out. Set up again. Is the timing good? Yeah, the timing's good. Ooh, switching to the Winston, who's low. I will get it. Positioning generally kind of annoying, problematic. How did Ultraviolet get here? How? Why are you here? Ultraviolet in the enemy spawn room. Yeah, so the timing there was good. Definitely, like, completely switched focus from marking Sugar Free to marking the backline, like going after the backline, though. Here, clearing Winston first. Really like this. Yeah, if you can, like, on Tracer, I would say, like, if there's anybody in a really aggressive position like this, like you see Kellen's, like, up here, clear that first. Clear that first. Once you have that cleared, then set up to hit that backline to hit CJ and Bliss. That's what you're looking to do. This clear play is good. Ooh, wait, why is Bliss going the Hoy behind? Support players doing crazy things. Yeah, now we're setting up onto the backline. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that nano shot, really dangerous. Ultraviolet, Admiral dead. Yeah, SSG looking like they're the better team. Absolutely, in this mirror at the start. But, you know, I remember... Nightmare do win this round. It's super impressive that they manage it. Yeah, level 3 perks. You are not living without that. It's crazy. Okay. Link through. Clear the inside space too. That's another thing. Like the enemy team, they might set their Tracer Lucio inside this room. So you're mainly looking to clear people if they're like above this in like the roof area up there or down here. If you're clearing people, they're usually there. And then after that, yeah, set up for flank. Okay. So Nightmare turned this fight even though they lose Ultraviolet, I think. Nano's out. Ultraviolet's dead. Did he not have level 3 perk? Or did he just die before he nanoed himself? I'm not sure how that works. Bliss. Low. Dies to Kaffa. Actually died really close to beat. That might have made a major difference here. for this first map. I do turn that though. Kuffa Primal Seeker has overclock. You're looking to overwhelm SSG here. You'll want to open with like overclock or something. You want to take the fight as fast as you can here. Kuffa Primal. Zeruhh, you're looking like kill Seeker, and then like Bliss will probably beat. And then if you force them to use that beat to like stabilize rather than aggression, that puts you in the best spot possible. And then Lethal can like bob after to live the beat. Needs to be a fast engage. Yep, there's the hit. Okay, beat's coming really early from Bliss. That's great. Seeker drops that overclock. Now Zeruhh backs off. There's the bob into the beat so that SSG can't push off it. Perfect. Yeah, the Primal. A bit of value. Zeruhh looks to like poke off of it a bit, but not much you can do. Oh, Kuffa went too far again. Kuffa needs to stop doing that. A little bit of an aggressive play. Trying to poke the Sojourn there. Be careful about that. Wait. Whoa, nice recall force. Oh my goodness, good damage onto Bliss as well. Great. Helen walking in with the nano. Yeah, just sit with the team. You can't kill CJ during the double nano, so no point in going backline. Here, we're thinking Kellen closer to Primal. Zeruhh just looking to farm this Pulse if he can. Ooh, the Chain Lightning. A little annoying for Tracer, actually. Okay. Trying to mark Sugar Free to start the fight. If you're playing second, that's normally what you're going to do on Tracer. If you're playing first, you're going straight for backline. If you're playing second on defensive, like, ult fights, that's more so what I meant, but yeah. Even Kuffa actually moves in to mark that. I think SSG pushed up with that Lucio angle, the Lucio Tracer angle, a little too soon. And with them forced, that's going to make it so much harder. Yeah, see, Sugar Free, the timing is way off there for Space Station. Now their front line doesn't really have a cohesive hit. And Zeruhh can keep marking this here. He's just going to lock down the side. Now the counter hit. Bubble was used, so yeah. Primal from Kellen. Oh, beat was not needed from Admiral, but it's fine. I think there it was the timing. It was Sugar Free just going so early. If we go back to that, the timing needs to be perfect, pretty much. Got the recall out of Zeruhh, but then this bubble from Kuffa, Bliss forced the whole way out, and then Kellen just doesn't get a good enough hit, and then Sugar Free forced away as well. For this final round, Tracer, again, this is the sub-map I really wanted to look at. This was probably the most impressive performance. Now, the Tracer-Lucio game gets a lot more serious here, because it becomes a matter of who controls this lane. This entire area of the map, the Tracer-Lucio, they're going to fight over this area, and whoever wins is going to have better map control. They're also going to get the force point. They're going to get first point cap. There's so much pressure here on those two players on this point because the map is so split. It's so divided. Wait. Oh, it's because the Lucio Tracer here, they split because Kuffa feeds. Kuffa feeds again. That's why Sugar Free and Bliss aren't paying attention to Zeruhh, though, because they realize, oh, yeah, just win. Kuffa does this a lot. It's the second time in a row now. 2 times that he has just... Oh, that's an insane trade. That's actually an insane trade. Hold on. So that bubble, the bubble expires. And the nade's thrown in. There's the dynamite, big dynamite, and then there's the nade. And here, Nightmare, they understand they need a trade. They need a trade. They need a trade. Any sort of kill. And he comes in here and that anti. I mean, really, this is a play that was created by Lethal and Ultraviolet. Zeruhh seeing through this, might have been a good comms call or something, but that's incredibly, incredibly important. And the fact that Zeruhh didn't get his recall forced by Sugar Free as well. I think if Sugar Free stayed on Zeruhh a little longer there when he like kind of marked him, yeah, the reason why Zeruhh was able to get that off is because he had recall. He actually sits back here till he lives a little longer. I mean, he still has recall, he's good. And now, point control. But this is more because CJ is dead, if anything. Not because of the Tracer-Lucio duel. In the back, Kellen low, bubble force, jumps away. SSG should be able to stabilize now. Yeah, so here's that Tracer-Lucio duel back again. Sugar Free. Oh, better damage trade there. I want to slow that down. Yeah, so Sugar Free kind of switches back to help main for a second, comes back here. Hits the headshots, blinks, avoids a lot of that damage, reloads behind wall. Better damage, forces recall. Now Zeruhh doesn't need to recall. So getting that recall force was really good. It's almost like he kind of baited Sugar Free there. Zeruhh is chill. Actually, Admiral isn't helping Zeruhh too much. That is a difference. I don't know if we've noticed, chat, but Admiral spends way less time with Zeruhh compared to how much time Bliss spends with Sugar Free. Like, Bliss is on top of Sugar Free 24/7. Not the case with Admiral at all. Yeah, here's Admiral finally kind of helping out. Uses the amp as well. The dynamite. Where did that come from? Did Lethal join them on this angle? Yo, what was that play? Where's Lethal? Lethal's with them, I think. Okay. Why is Lethal here? Why is the Ashe here? I mean, I guess you can switch your Ashe on the rotation. I think the only time you're ever doing this is when you're playing second. So the Nightmare game plan, play hard second, switch Lethal to right. What is this? This is interesting. Yeah, this was the Dynamite playing the Bliss. Like, that came out of nowhere. That's definitely interesting. That's not something you really see often, you know? And now the duel against Sugar Free here forces the recall. Wins that too. The absolute aura there. Incredible. No way. No way they actually anti-CJ. And get that. Ultraviolet's low though. Ooh, okay, Zeruhh. Able to recall. Oh, you're gonna get Bliss again. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. What's the goal of Zeruhh in this comp of the Tracer? On this map, in this specific submap, it was more about the Tracer Lucio controlling that right-hand side and then point control as well. Actually, each submap, what Zeruhh has been doing has changed completely. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Zeruh's playstyle has had to change in each composition, each matchup, each round. Oh, what are we doing now? Are we playing hard first here? This is a... Oh my goodness, the bubble in the spawn room? That's such a risky play. I mean, Zeruhh followed up on it. As long as the whole team's on the same page, it can work. There's the force point from Sugar Free. Not sure if I exactly agree with that play, but I like the aggression. It can really throw a team off, especially when you're rolling. Seeker gets Lethal. Now you're just looking for anything. You can't go after the Ana, who's nanoed on her own, right? So you see the decision-making here. We, like, walk into the fight, and then double nano. CJ has that now. You would definitely go in CJ here if CJ didn't have nano. You see Seeker is getting primaled right now, and is nanoed 1 HP. Focus Seeker. All damage onto Seeker. Good. Now we turn around. Who can we shoot? Who can do... Okay, try and force the Ajax. We don't get the Ajax. Who is our team shooting? They're shooting Bliss. We're gonna go after Bliss. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And now Bliss. Pulse is traded there. Recall used. Now need to live. Use the bubble a little bit. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh, I love the Nano Tracer here. You hold on to point. You get back. Yes, you get Kellen. Perfect, perfect. Okay. I played a bit of Rivals. It just felt kind of boring. I don't know. You know what Rivals feels like to me? It feels like goats. It feels like playing goats all the time. That's what Rivals feels like. And for some people, that is fun. For me, I don't find goats fun. It's really heavy on sustain. It's really heavy on like support ults that are super impactful. You don't find goats fun? Not at all, no. I think it's super boring. The honeymoon phases ended on Rivals, and a lot of people are starting to point out the flaws. I think the thing with Rivals is they are definitely leaning into trying to maintain a casual player base, and for all the streamers who switched over now, they're kind of suffering because of it. And I think they'll continue to suffer playing Rivals, because, like, you can't take ranked seriously in that game, from what I can tell. If you thought Overwatch ranked was bad, like, Rivals ranked looks like it's, like, much worse, you know? So it's just meant to be casual. It's meant to be like, oh, you get higher rank if you play more. And it might actually keep the casual players more so, but for the streamers, you can see that they're really suffering. I just don't like goats because I like hero variety, and I like playing for angles more than I like playing around pure ult rotation. Like, Malga comp is the closest thing we have to goats now. Malgamirs can be fun to watch, but only sometimes. The problem with goats is it was always. I don't see goats any differently than I see hard Malgamir or Stockholm, you know? It's the same fundamental way a composition works that I just don't prefer. Like, ult rotation comps, they are easy to, like, learn too, but, you know. Okay, you get out of here. Ooh, or you're going straight in. You're actually gonna go for the pulse here. That was so risky from Zeruhh. Just like playing Brig. Brig Juno. You have Brig Juno now. It's like literally like the new goats backline. They managed to make 3 supports inside of 2. Juno Brig, I'm glad Juno Brig exists though. Juno really did need to be added to the game. I've spent a lot of time flaming Juno because she was too strong for too long. But now that she's in a decent place, it's so good now that we actually can play, oh, we have Lucio and we have Juno and we have so many different backlines. It feels like we have a revolution. We have like several more viable backlines. It's not just the same things over and over again. It is a really, really nice option to have. Juno was necessary to be added to the game. Ooh, aggressive beat from Nightmare. Zeruh's gonna go straight for backline. No, I think Sugar Free trades a pulse, right? Oh my goodness. Both tracers are locked in. Look at this. They trade on us. 2 pulses in a row for Zeruhh. Now on point. You have to back off here. Now in the last moments of this match here. Yep. Gotta try and cap point. While Kuffa has the primal up. Should be able to get it. No Sugar Free's gonna come mark. Zeruhh's winning the early damage trades in these tracer duels. Zeruhh's actually a little bit better in the tracer duel. But also Zeruhh, it feels like Zeruhh is always waiting for Sugar Free to come at him. Sugar Free plays much more aggressively. Zeruhh is like kind of like sitting back, and he usually gets that damage from like just chilling. Sugar Free just always blinks straight into Zeruhh, really takes that duel head on. What do you think about 6v6? They just need to make it roll queue. It's really fun though. I have a lot of fun playing it. Yeah, this was like some crazy high level flow state tracer gameplay from both teams. And I'm not saying like Zeruhh Tracer is better than Sugar Free Tracer. I'm just saying like specifically this round, I think Zeruh's gotten the better of Sugar Free, at least in that specific skill in the Tracer duel. Okay, so SSG actually win here. That was still impressive from Zeruh either way. Like Zeruh had some good moments there. He played really well. That was great.